Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fan Friday. Today, we're taking a look at Star Wars Galaxies. Now, a couple things that I want to go over before I start the actual video. One, my throat is sore, so if I sound strange or I take breaks when I talk, it's because my throat is sore. But that's not the only thing. Those of you that might have known Star Wars Galaxies, because it's a pretty old game now, that game shut down. But this is an emulator of the original game. Now there's a lot in this game, and I'm going to make two videos for it. This first video is going to be kind of explaining the emulator, why there's an emulator, and how it all works like that. In my next video next week, I'm going to actually cover, just things like skills and leveling up and all that type of stuff. So, first things first is, yes, this game shut down about, I think it was 2 years ago now. I honestly can't remember for some reason. I want to say 2 years ago, like 2000, maybe 3 years ago, 2010. 2010, 2011, sometime around there. And these guys decided to make an emulator of it, which is what you see me playing now, and it's gotten pretty popular. There is some lag, as you would have just seen. This shouldn't be here. So a little bit of some backstory for Star Wars Galaxies and what it is. When the game launched, it used a skill system, which I'll go into more detail in my next video. Basically, most of the MMOs these days use a system where it's like you level up from level 1 to whatever they determine to be the max level. And that's it, then you start doing raids or you do whatever. When Star Wars Galaxies first came out, what was known as the time period as the pre-CU, or pre-combat upgrade, they did not use that. They used a system of massive skill trees, as you can see here. I'm currently leveling up a brawler, so I started as a novice brawler and I started going up the unarmed tree, and I'll go into more detail on that later. But it's all based on, I punch people with unarmed, I punch people with my fists, which is what you do. I guess I do have a knuckler now. I don't know if you can, there was a way, this thing, I guess, I can just, that's what I'm punching with now, but it's still considered unarmed. I punch things, I get experience in unarmed skill, and then I rank up in it from unarmed 1, unarmed 2, unarmed 3. They give you more skills, more stats, so on. You could gain whatever stats you wanted to make whatever type of character you want. You want to be a brawler and a medic, which is actually a very good combination. You can do that. Just start healing people, heal yourself, you get healing experience. And as you punch people, get punching experience, and you get stronger through that. There's no, I am level 50, I'm stronger than you. It's, I'm unarmed skill 5, I'm probably stronger than you, but since you're unarmed 4, it comes down to some gear. Gear makes a little bit of difference. But a lot of it is how much do you know how to play the character. The skills aren't so special, like in some MMOs where it's like, shoot a giant fireball. Although this is sci-fi, so that wouldn't be here anyway. I go like unarmed stun, unarmed lunge, unarmed blind. And they do what they sound like they do. With going into that, you'll see here there's health. What looks like health, action, and mana, basically. For if you think of most games. Your abilities that you have can take up rather your health, your action, or your mind. They'll actually use your stats to use abilities. Most stuff for a brawler uses action points. Some of it uses mind. Very limited stuff uses actual health. But other professions out there do use health. And different abilities deal different types of damage to the enemy. They can do health damage, mind damage, or health, action, or mind damage. If either of those 3 bars go to 0, you're knocked unconscious. For PvP, that is. And if you're fighting a monster, it dies. By the way, I'm just kind of walking around. I'm not really showing you much, unless it needs to be shown. So the background stuff is kind of irrelevant. You can kind of see what the game looks like. So when either of these 3 bars go down, you get knocked down. And currently, there's some bugs with that. You'll just get killed basically, because the mob won't let you get back up. But in PvP, you can get knocked down, and if someone doesn't kill you, you can get back up and keep fighting. Now, that's kind of a not intentional segue into something I should have mentioned at the beginning, but I kind of forgot. This emulator is still in development. It's been in development for quite a long time now, and almost every week they're releasing patch notes and changes, and by the time of this recording, Publish 3 will be coming out. To those of you that have played this game during this time period, with these skills and everything, they're trying to make the game like patch 14.1, I believe is what the website says. You can see all the features that have been implemented, that are somewhat implemented or not implemented at all, based on green, yellow, or red for the various features, I guess you could say, or whatever it is they're working on. So things, yes, are not working, but it's still very playable. It's a lot of fun. Those of you that played this on launch, or live, I should say, will have probably a lot of fun playing it. There's a good amount of people playing it now. A few years ago, there wasn't like many. There's like maybe 5 or 6 people, it seemed like. I don't know, maybe 100. Now there's like 2,000. There is an enemy there. We'll pull and go around that, just in case. The thing that Sony did when this game was on live is they changed it. They made it a level-based system. They made it just like World of Warcraft, or they made it like every other EverQuest. They had a very linear storyline where you started on Tatooine, you went through quests from working with Han to working for Jabba. Then the quest took you to Naboo, and then to Corellia, and across the galaxy in a very linear pattern. You could go a little bit on your own. Kind of once you were done with Naboo, I would say, you could choose to not do those anymore. The linear story stopped around level 40 or 60 depending on what you did. It was kind of a weird leveling system. That was when what was called the Legacy questline ended, and then you had to just do other things like dungeons and mission terminal missions and various other things to level up. But people did not like this system where you just level up and you grind to a certain total level. And a big change was you could be a Jedi right off the bat. Just you pick a class, that was it. There was none of these skills where you have to... I'll just go briefly into this. I'm a brawler, and if I'm going for unarmed fighting, as you can see, to a commando. That's kind of like, that's one of the max level classes. You can start as a commando when they changed it with the CU, as they called it, the combat upgrade. That was when most people left this game, and a little bit after that's when they started development of this emulator, which was trying to bring back the pre-CU or pre-combat upgrade, which is the old system. Anyone who wants to play this, by the way, can just go on Google and search SWGEMU. and there'll be instructions there. You do need a boxed version of the game. When Star Wars Galaxies was still around as a live server, you could get a trial by downloading it off their website, and that trial file wouldn't work. You had to have the actual retail box. You might be able to find one on various sites, but keep in mind that they may not all work because you need to download a version of the game that was someone's boxed version, if that makes sense. So I'm covering this game for Free to Play Friday because, well, one, the emulator is free. The original game, although Star Wars Galaxies on launch and all the way to the end was not a free to play game, this emulator is. And I thought, I've seen a lot of stuff through emails and Facebook about, you know, development of this game, and I come on every now and then to see what's new. Although I don't play it that often. I did this on live. Until this is kind of finished and there's more features implemented, I don't really want to invest so much time into it when I'm playing other games as well. But every now and then for a few weeks I might get into it and kind of goof around. One thing they brought into the game after the upgrade was the expansions, Jump to Light Speed, Rage of the Wookiees, and Trials of Obi-Wan, I believe, was the last one. Jump to Light Speed brought in the whole space combat system. They do want to bring that into the emulator, even though that it didn't exist at this time. Like, that Jump to Light Speed only existed when the level system existed, where like max level was 90, and you went through that linear quest system. But because so many people like that feature, and it was so well done, they want to bring it into the emulator at some point. Oh, that will be years down the line, assumingly, because it's taking them, you know, they put a lot of effort into it for basically for free. Like, people, they have a donation thing on the site, but they don't require money from anybody, so they're kind of doing it on their own free time. And, you know, people are enjoying it. It looks fine. You know, it looks like it used to look, which was, I mean, a 2002 game? I can't remember what year this game came out. So it doesn't look visually that impressive. But, you know, if you like this game, there's not much more I can say about it, because rather, I don't think someone's going to join this game. I honestly don't think someone who's played Warcraft or something like that would want to get into this game. I may be wrong. And I'm sure, you know, there are people that never played it that would want to get into it. But I think people that are going to play on this server played on launch and rather quit during the change, or just quit when the servers went down for good, like I did. You know, I played for everybody. I played through everything, I should say. I don't know why I can play through everybody. I don't know what that means. I played until the servers were shut down with the big end event. I didn't get the game right on launch. This version of the game I only played for like a few months, if that. I just never picked it up right away. I have really no reason to, or no reason why I didn't. I just never heard of it until when I got it. But I did play through most of the content as it came out, and everything, like the Rage of the Wookiees on Kashyyyk and the Mustafar stuff. This video is only going to really appeal to those people that played like I did, maybe haven't heard of the emulator, or just are doing research on the emulator and they find my video somehow and say, hey, that looks fun, I'll join, I guess. So, I don't know. It's fun. It's free. If you can't find a version of this game on any of the download sites that I will not name, then it may be hard to get this. You know, you might have to buy one off eBay or something. That might cost you some money, obviously. So, but if you have a copy of the game and you're an old player and you still have your copy somewhere, you know, give it a try. Maybe you'll like playing the old game again. A lot of people have adjusted to the new style of MMO now with the whole levels and linear questing. So it's harder for this type of game to appeal to people. It's very, very time consuming. If you look at my skills real quick right before I finish this video off. I'm trying to get Unarmed 4, which needs 7,000 or 70,000 experience, and I have 12,000 experience. One kill. Let me look at my stats here. Where does it say how much experience I got for the last kill I got? Maybe it's on here. Just give me a second. Okay, I got 147 combat experience. So yeah, 147 experience per kill, and I need 70,000 just to get to Unarmed 4, which isn't anything like that. People can get that like in 2 days or 3 days if they actually play like every day for many hours. But for me, 70,000 and I'll get 100 something a kill is a long time. That's, if you look at all the skills in this game, that Unarmed 4 is not very high. I'll go into more detail next week about how the skills work, how crafting works. That'll be a long video. I'll see how it works. If people, maybe I'll do it into multiple parts. I did try covering this game a little while ago, but YouTube did not want me to. They kept reporting my videos. I know why they did, but they shouldn't have been, because there was no copyright material in there, although they thought they did. I'm not doing intros anymore because of that. You know, my friend wrote me some music for some of my videos. Uncopyrighted, this is his own music, and they think it is copyrighted, so I'm like, for now, I'm not going to do intros. But my old videos, I only have one video up anymore still, which is character creation. So you can go watch that if you want. That goes into some detail. If you want to see more Star Wars Galaxies, I also do Rift videos. Mostly Rift is right now. PvP videos on Thursday. I will cover this game in PvP maybe. I haven't been on for a while. Last time I was playing, there's a big PvP event, so maybe there's one soon I can cover for a PvP Thursday. But I just play MMOs. You want to see more MMOs? Subscribe, stay tuned, and see you guys next time.